Support for this podcast comes from the St. Alphonsus Neuroscience Institute, offering technology to provide treatment for neurological, neurosurgical, and neurointerventional conditions. This includes a dedicated neurotrauma ICU for critical care of the brain or spine and a 24/7 stroke team. More at stalphonsus.org.
Start the new year with a commitment to independent journalism. When you become a supporter of Boise State Public Radio, you ensure deeper reporting, stronger investigations, and the trusted coverage you rely on every day.
I'm very grateful for all of the balanced reporting, and I will continue to be a sustaining member.
Your gift keeps fact-based news available to everyone in our region. Begin the new year by becoming a donor at boisestatepublicradio.org.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. This morning, we'll tell you why so many in our region are paying attention to a recent court ruling regarding abortion access. And we will tell you about the future of what was once a pretty big shopping destination here in the Treasure Valley. It is Wednesday, and it's the 7th of January. Here come today's stories. A new strain of influenza is putting most of Idaho at high risk for getting sick this winter. Jamie Geary has details.
Doctor visits for the virus reached a 15-year peak last month in the state. Dr. Christine Hahn, Idaho's state epidemiologist, says this flu strain is new to the Treasure Valley.
Flu's been in the background, but now it's kind of reclaiming its old spot as a big disease that causes a lot of sick people in Idaho.
Hahn says fewer people are getting immunized, partly because they're prioritizing COVID shots.
Even though that flu vaccine may not work 100%, studies have shown in the United Kingdom, where they've already had a large flu outbreak, that the vaccine is keeping people out of the hospital.
Vaccinations are declining in Idaho overall. The Centers for Disease Control reports that for the last school year, the state had the lowest rate of kindergartners vaccinated for measles, mumps, and rubella in the country. This week, the CDC reduced the number of vaccines routinely recommended for children from 17 to 11. Jamie Geary, Boise State Public Radio News.
The group behind the effort to put the question of abortion access before Idaho voters say they've collected more than 50,000 signatures. They'll need about 71,000 to get on a statewide ballot. Meanwhile, people across the region took note of the Wyoming Supreme Court upholding access to abortions, that in another deep red state. Hannah Mersbach reports.
The majority of justices ruled that the two 2023 laws banning most medical and procedural abortions violate the state constitution, which gives Wyomingites the right to make their own health care decisions. Jackson Hole OBGYN Jovanina Anthony says the ruling's a big win for women's health.
I don't have to lie to patients about what they can and can't do. I don't have to send them out of state.
But Speaker of the Wyoming House, Chip Nyman, says he's in disbelief.
Those girls and boys in the womb have rights. Who's listening to their voices?
Nyman says lawmakers will ask voters to amend the state constitution to restrict abortion as early as next fall. Despite the Republican majority's efforts, abortion has remained legal in the state since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe. It's an alternative for people from South Dakota and Idaho, where bans are in effect. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Hannah Mersbach.
The West Valley Humane Society is likely on its way out as Canyon County's main animal shelter. Troy Abbey tells us the transition could be quite bumpy.
Canyon County Commissioners Tuesday denied a request from West Valley Humane Society to reconsider the county's decision to award its animal services contract to a different provider. West Valley told the county December 10th it would end services on February 1st. Here's West Valley's board president, Nicole Kreiner.
We've reached out a few times for a transition plan and nothing has been provided. No real conversations have happened there. And, it's not necessarily our responsibility to build a transition plan when we were removed from service.
The county, though, says West Valley's lease in the county-owned building requires a 90-day notice of separation. A transition plan from incoming service provider Copper Cool Haven estimated being able to offer services by May. Here's County Commission Chair Brad Holton.
The board respectfully asks West Valley Humane Society reconsiders plans to discontinue services on February 1st, as this is not in line with its mission statement, nor is it in the best interest of Canyon County or the animals that they are there to serve and protect.
Kreiner says West Valley's current board of directors has worked hard to be good partners with the county and good stewards of taxpayer dollars, and now they're doing what they need to do to continue their mission outside the county umbrella. She expects to partner with retailer PetSmart for animal fostering opportunities starting in March. Troy Oppie, Boise State Public Radio News.
A cold front is moving into the region today, and with it comes unstable conditions. We've got the full forecast coming up in just about a minute. This week saw the first public hearing of the year at Boise City Hall. It was also one of the more emotional hearings in recent memory. People are still talking about this week's hearing before Boise's Planning and Zoning Commission. Earlier this week, we told you about the proposal from Mountain View Church of the Brethren to build a men's-only dormitory. They want to put it on adjacent property that the church already owns on Cole Road. But the hearing room was packed with residents of the West Bench neighborhood, many of them in direct opposition to the proposal. Ultimately, P&Z commissioners were conflicted. Here was Commissioner Katie Stallings.
The intent and using worship space in this way is remarkable. I apologize for getting emotional. I would love to see this proof of concept come to fruition and have more worship agencies follow this lead and follow this model. But I really hear the neighborhood concerns, and unfortunately I'm going to support the motion to deny. Apologize.
What commissioners did agree on was to defer a decision. They asked the church to come back with more details on programming and safety precautions. What was once a pretty big destination for Treasure Valley shoppers is about to be demolished. BoiseDev.com is reporting that there is only one remaining store, Eddie Bauer, at the Boise Factory Outlet Mall. They will be closing on January 28th, and now there's an application to demolish the 5 remaining retail buildings at that site. A Kenworth Trucks dealership is planned for the site. Meanwhile, Idaho Ice World, which has been adjacent to the Boise Factory Outlet Mall since the late 1990s, will remain. That's still a city-owned and operated facility. And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here come Thursday. You can stay in touch with the news anytime on our website, boisestatepublicradio.org. But for now, from me to you, thanks for listening.
Hey, I'm Peter Pruitt from Zoo, Idaho.
And I'm Dr. Leif Tapinola with the Idaho Museum of Natural History.
Together we host The Nature of Idaho, a podcast all about how our state's amazing landscapes, wildlife, and geology shape life here in the Gem State.
Each week we dive into nature stories from across Idaho, everything from fossils to forests, and sometimes even a few fun facts you can share on your next hike.
So join us as we celebrate everything that makes wild Idaho special.
Listen to The Nature of Idaho from KISU, wherever you get your podcasts, or at KISU.org.